Well, we're on the verge, yet another exciting Miracle Mile night. 10 races set down for decision. Class from go to woe, and looking for specials on the card. Going to kick off in the opening event with Better Zip It. Now, the form guide will show Better Zip It finishing ninth, beating 13.5 metres behind Spirit of St Louis in the swept sprint here last week. Now, Better Zip It at no stage got a clear run in the straight. In fact, he didn't stretch his legs at any particular point over the final 200 metres. Came hard going to the line with a strangle hold on the Jason Grimson trained Better Zip It. He did win his previous three starts in good fashion. Beautifully drawn in gate 2, I think 2,400 metre suits, so Better Zip It. Unlucky last week, hopefully luck will be on his side this week, and he can commence the night on a winning note as far as the specials. Over to race 2, and a very smart mare here in Joe and Joe from the powerful Emma Stewart stable is back in action after a spell. Now, Joe and Joe has been an outstanding performer throughout her ages. She's now a 4-year-old mare, but she's been up against the likes of Tough Tilly, Ladies in Red and Amore Vita throughout most of her career. She finds a suitable race on Saturday night, ideally drawn in gate 2, and she did trial in very good fashion at Ballarat recently, so she's ready to hit the ground running, Joe and Joe, in the second event on the card. Moving over to the New South Wales Derby, and I'm going to go with Better Be the Best. Had no luck here last week in his heat. He was bailed up behind the leader, kept going for an inside run, was balked on a couple of occasions, then flew home late to finish second behind Naturally Gifted. He has drawn the middle of the field, which I think will suit. I think Better Be the Best will make amends for his costly defeat in his heat by taking out the main prize, the New South Wales Derby. And moving over to race 8, and a stablemate of Better Zip It in Sicario. Once again, the Jason Grimson Cam Hart combination coming into play. Now, Sicario, like Better Zip It at no stage in the straight, had a chance to make his presence felt. He went to the line under a strong hold, like his stablemate. He finished fourth, only 4 metres from Our Money Rocks. So I think Sicario, despite the fact that he has drawn wide in what looks to be a very open and competitive race, I think he's worth the gamble in race 8 on the card. And moving over to the Miracle Mile, and despite a number of chances, I think I'm going to settle on Honolulu Bay, beautifully drawn in gate 4, which will come in one gate with the reserve out. He was outstanding in taking out the Hunter Cup. He deserved that particular victory because he had been in the mix on a number of occasions in feature races. Then backed it up with a brilliant win here last week. Outstanding drive by David Moran, and he was very excited about Honolulu Bay win and going forward into the Miracle Mile. So from the good draw, you can see Honolulu Bay being productive right from the word go. I think he's the one to beat. Spirit of St Louis will start from gate 1 without the reserve. You know he's going to be there or thereabouts right from the word go. He did get away with grand larceny last week, Jack Callaghan, but he was allowed to do so, and it was a stylish win by Spirit of St Louis. The Forgotten Horse is Expensive Ego. He has drawn wide, and he's at very good odds at the moment. He didn't have a great deal of luck throughout the Inter Dominion series. In fact, he hasn't had a great deal of luck at all of late. And last week, he was just balked at the start when Better Eclipse broke, causing Luke McCarthy just to take hold for a few strides. He then worked, got to the lead with 800 metres to run, and he was only run down late by Honolulu Bay, which, as I mentioned before, was absolutely sensational. So the effort of Expensive Ego, I thought, was equally as good as far as the Beaten Brigade is concerned. I think he's the knockout horse, and as I said, he's going to be a very good quote, so don't forget Expensive Ego. Then we come to the 2 young bulls in Catch a Wave, nicely drawn, and Captain Ravishing, which has drawn wide. I'm going with Captain Ravishing as one of the top 4 selections. I think the wide draw will suit Captain Ravishing. He can just drop out, mind his own business, and come with that sensational sprint. In the Chariots of Fire, he came down the straight with his head turned towards the inside grandstands, and he was certainly looking for someone that he might have known because he was just intent on having his head turned to the side. I think he'll race more truly this time around, so Captain Ravishing for me is the 4th selection. If there is to be a smoky, I think Mac Dan, this professional performer, one of 4 runners in the Miracle Mile under the care of Emma Stewart and Clayton Tonkin, and that is certainly a record-breaking performance, and that'll take some doing to break that particular achievement. So well done to both Emma and Clayton. Now looking at the Melton meeting on Saturday night, and the outstanding performance by Remy Lou in the pink bonnet here last week behind Luxa Turner, in making up many metres over the final stages to run second. I thought it was outstanding. Strikes a suitable race, Remy Lou back home. I think he's the one to beat as far as the third event is concerned. Over to race 4 and Sea Silk for Emma Stewart. 2 runs today, both have been solid placings. Gets a chance to break through for a win. Then over to race 7, the Marcavina Free For All, nicely drawn in gate 2, and he has been very consistent of late, on the verge of another win. I'm going to go with AG's White Sox to take out the Marcavina Free For All. So whatever you decide on as far as the Miracle Mile is concerned, good luck with your particular investment. As always, gamble responsibly. Until next time around, good punting.